heavy hands, inside tie. We start to practice moving guys. We've been doing this a lot lately. Inside, I'm moving this guy. Kind of more cooperative, not real fast and explosive, more for warm up. I'm leading, you know, because ideally when you start wrestling, I want to lead. Everything I'm doing, I want this guy reacting, not the opposite. So I get my tie, start moving Will, heavy hands, right? Feel that arm pass into a double. Right? Arm pass, right? Deep penetration in the high crotch. Okay? Other side, heavy, heavy, heavy. I'll pull down hard on this side. Will fights up. Single. Okay? Heavy. Will stiff arms me. Right? Shorten up that arm. Drag. Hard double.
Yeah. Can you talk about the contact you're looking to make to get to the inside tie a little bit?
Yeah.
Where you're putting the hand on the head. I mean, it's going to be different, obviously, whether you're wrestling. Right?
Yeah. So good question. Backing up just a little bit more about making contact. So for me, you know, I try to like look at the arms. The guy's waiting, and he's going to give me for his contact. If his arms are down, I'm going to come in front somewhere on that forearm elbow joint. All right, I'm coming like right across in here. I like my hands down, my elbows low. I see all these guys getting these like finger holds. I don't know if I've ever been a finger hold. I don't do this. I have to do this in order for Will to do that to me. But I'm here all the time. My hands are like down in here like seeds. Finger grab, Will. There's no finger grab. Both guys want to have that position to do that. Hands are down, I collapse on those. Check that mat, move in. I'm down here. Right? The thing that's a little, winning that non-dominant side, like for me it's my left. Like I said, that's just like, if Will's reaching up, I just get my hand inside. Literally, I put my hand in front of my nose, shorten up my neck. If he's going collar, I bump him with my forehead. I'm inside. Every time. Right here. If Will's reaching on the other side, that side I usually catch it right away. I keep my elbow down, but if Will's reaching, I'm catching that arm. Even if he puts it on me, I'm catching it. Collar time. I take it down all the time. Inside wrist. Alright? But I don't give him this collar a lot. Because I try to win contact off the whistle. Right? I want to get in here. Ideally for me, if I could start a match in this position, I would start here. I want this down, and I want inside here to clear a path. Now this working hand can go to work. I can snap on the arm, I can snap on the head. I can be inside wrist, wrestling from here. This hand I can take, right? The other thing I think is important is learning how to pressure guys and cut angles off. So sometimes what we'll do is they'll back away a little bit, try to paw at me, keep me away from them. So I got to pressure him and chase him a little bit with that same discipline to get my hands on him. Cut off his angles. So as Will's moving back on me. All right, I'm crowding him, stalking him. Notice I never walk, I never break position where I don't have a good shot. I don't do this. Shuffle my feet in that strong stance, high-low position. Once I get my hands on him, it's pressure. Pressure pull. All right? That's just like getting kids comfortable doing that is a big step. Once they learn how to pressure a guy and be real confident, you know, then they get their hands on guys with offense. Yeah.
So last night at 141, he's getting collar tied on his dominant side most of the night. Like, how would you work with him to either not give up the collar tie, or are you working on getting out of the collar tie?
Good questions. He's specifically talking about our 41-pounder with the collar tie. Guys that like to wrestle from an elbow, give up collar tie, which I don't necessarily agree with. If a guy does get a collar tie on me, I'm going to get his elbow. But if I like to wrestle from elbow control, but I like to get elbow control when he fights inside on me. I don't like, I use a collar tie really effectively when I was competing. And guys would just give me a collar tie, I love that. So I never walk in, if I want elbow control on either side, I never walk into Will and let him just collar tie me to get the elbow. If I want this elbow on Will, I'm going to come inside and pull this down. So he comes inside, then I got his elbow. But I'm controlling it. I'm not giving him a tie to get there. And I've actually had a conversation, it was in 2010 at the 2009 at the World Team Camp overseas before the World Championships. I was eating with John Smith, who, when I was growing up, was the best elbow control guy that we had. And I asked him, I said, for elbow control, would you rather start inside and then get the elbow control, or would you just give up the tie to get the elbow control? He said his first option, his first choice would be starting inside and then get the elbows. Right? So for me, that's really, if Will does beat me on a collar tie, I'm going to control the elbow. For me, though, I'm going to clear it quick. I want to clear this position, whether I go to 2-on-1, I pass this off. I don't like guys controlling my head to get to an elbow. But I do want to get to an elbow again. I control when he comes inside. I threaten him. I threaten that side. He comes inside. There's my elbow. There's my elbow control. And I got his hand beat, which is a better position. If I don't have Will's hand beat, he's blocking. I can't pull, and I'm back inside. All right, then Will comes inside, and I got the elbow. So that whole concept really is spending time, and there's a progression of hand fighting and doing this stuff, a lot of drills like this when I was working with high school kids, to understand how to win contact, have your control tie, move the guy, and then set him up. Okay, in that order. And then also, if he gets a control tie, out of his control tie, back to my control tie, move him, set him up. Because without moving him, the setup's not that great. And you see that a lot with the younger kids drilling too. Standing right in front. This is the setup, but I didn't move him first. If I move him first, then I set him, right? It's better. So, win in contact, your control tie, move him, then set him. Or he gets a tie, it's either my control or his control. If he's got control, out of his control. Move it. All right? Huge difference between getting a tie and holding and getting a tie and moving this guy with him. I want to keep pressure on him, not just with pressure into him, but pressure he feels vulnerable. So with my hands, I want Will, the more I can make Will feel vulnerable, right? That's mental pressure. Now I'm starting to wear on him psychologically a little bit, all right? Versus just physical pressure here. There's a balance of both of those. Okay? But winning that contact, huge emphasis, because that's where it all starts. We talk a lot about the first 30 seconds. Establishing that right away. All right? Pressure. Heavy on that head. Leg attacks are open. Snap down's open. He's trying to get space. There goes those straight arms. Drag. Right? Pull post. Straight arms are always good for drags and posts. Right? And those have started to come back because we have more pushing on the edge. More straight arms on the edge of the mat. Trying to get push-ups. Because at the college level, it's a stall call, possibly, or freestyle to point. So there's a little more wrestling like this with these new rules. So drags, posts, okay. Couple things. I'll go over a couple options each side from underhook. All right. So again, I like to talk a lot about dominant, non-dominant side. some guys can do everything on both sides. I was never that guy. You know, so I try to talk a lot about, you know, dominant, non-dominant. Then it doesn't really sink in like left or right. Because when you're talking to an audience or a bunch of kids, you know, if they're left-handed, you're talking about right-handed, they don't always get it. But so for me, I was right-handed. That's my dominant arm, my shooting hand. So if Will does, if I'm inside and Will goes outside collar tie on me, I go right to my underhook. Okay, a couple things with underhook. This is my single leg side. So on this side, you know, series of 3 things basically. High single, right? High single, front head, or I got a double on the opposite side. Okay, in that order. So as soon as I get here, if Will's gonna let me get, as soon as I get there, I'm trying to go hip to hip. If Will's gonna let me go hip to hip with him, I'm going high single immediately. Outside collar, high single immediately. No waiting, no hesitation. I know exactly what I'm gonna do. Underhook, big step, back step, push off high single. I don't like to throw this arm too high. I shove them forward in the shoulder blade. Right here. Kind of like an off balance technique in Greco. I shove the shoulder blade hard. The reason I don't like to throw my arm real high is because it doesn't allow me to transition to the front head as quick. So if I make it here, high single, right? If I start to get here and Will pulls that leg back, then I can immediately transition and balance the front head. High single, Will takes that away, pull, there's front head. Okay. Now, the other thing I like to set up is a double leg on the other side. And that's gonna, there's 2 ways I get there. It just depends on if I'm inside on this arm or if I have the wrist. If I get here and I don't immediately get to my high single or front head, I like to control this other arm. In this case, he's a good fireman's carry guy. So, depending on if I'm on the wrist or inside on Will's arm, that'll dictate which way I'm going to get to a double. First one, if I'm inside on the arm, again, I want to circle hip to hip. I want to pull this down hard so he raises his shoulder back up to correct his position. So again, I'm leading. I know what kind of reaction I'm going to get. I'm leading hip to hip. Will circling hard. I put the brakes on. Open up this bicep. There's my double. Okay. But I got to circle hard to get him to square up. I don't go around this way to square up. He's going to clear my underhook. I got to circle hip to hip. I'll pull him down hard. It's kind of like I'm twisting. Now I got to twist the shoulder like this, because I want this side to come flying up. Right? Underhook, inside arm. Footwork, 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 hip to hip, pull this down. As soon as I pump the brakes, Will's in front of me. Arm comes up, double. Okay? The other way from there, if I'm down on the wrist, I keep my elbow in tight, elbow stays in tight, same principle. Sometimes I'll push this in towards his belly, elbows tight, circle hip to hip again. I want to get him squared up, so I circle hip to hip. Okay? As I push this in and Will straightens his arm drags in, right to my double. Okay? These are very simple. Most of you just understanding the footwork. If I start going hip to hip on Will hard and he doesn't square up, I single all day. If I come here on Will and he's not respecting this, I single all day. But again, it's my footwork. Getting them to do footwork, hip to hip. Right? Quick transition. On the bicep, lift the bicep, double.
And real quick, how do you stay out of the lizard going right into the high single? Stop going to the arm.
Pretty much, I go right away. So, depending on how I get there, I was just talking about outside collar. He outside collars me, I'm here, and my bicep's under his elbow. Because he's got this really high position. doing that outside collar tie. It's really out of position. So when I underhook here, my biceps are under Will's elbow, which is a little different than being here. So that's why any of these outside collars, it's so quick. As soon as I roll to it, I'm stuffing and back stuffing right away. If it's more of a traditional way to get to an underhook, you know, like club, dig, right? If I'm circling hard, he's cranking down that whizzer, I transition from that. The other thing I'll do is knee pick too, from there, these whizzers. Here. Which Will almost got last night. Right, Will? That was actually nice. Close. Okay, other side. On the other side for me, all right, more my high crotch side, foot fake side, easy front head side for me. Definitely my high crotch, but again, as soon as I get there, it's hip to hip. Going hip to hip, and he squares up. Now on this side, the thing you gotta watch a lot of times when you're circling, when your guys are circling hip to hip, is that they don't change their feet. I'll just start changing that feet when this guy squares up. They got the wrong foot forward, hard to pressure. So when I circle on this side, I stay in that shooting stance, even though I'm circling hip to hip. Right? Now I'm circling, this foot stays forward. There's our crotch. Right? Or elevate, take, we'll bring some leg back. Again, underhook's doing all the work early. Okay? Foot fake, right? This is doing all the work. I'm not trying to cover. This is going to pull him underneath. As soon as Will brings that back, this is pulling, this leg's clearing out. And then same thing on this side. Head, right? Will starts to roll again, head position. Knee pick. Knee pick, leg goes back, front edge. The thing I like about the underhooks, you can really balance attacking the head and attacking the legs. And I think it's a great transition for freestyle too. And I think one of the countries actually in their system does this the best. You guys, for those of you who watch internationals,